What's going on, fellas? It's your boy Brazen Elite, man. Back at it with another video, man. Today we're gonna finally get into a real barber tutorial. All right, my very first outline of the video got deleted, so it just pretty much starts after I outlined it and took the zero open and went all the way up. So now we starting with a 0.5. I like to use the BabylissPro 0.5 in the middle. Oh, right behind me, using the Wahl 1 closed, because it just cleans up all the extra hair that's left up after you go up with the Wahl 1. So now I open up my Wahl 0 on my Wahl 0.5, and I clean up all hair under the guideline I set with my Wahl 1. Just cleaning it up, just flicking. Remember to flick the wrist as much as possible. Just cleaning it up, cleaning it up, cleaning it up, cleaning it up. And I like to use two different techniques. It just depends. After I open it up all the way, sometimes I'll just fade down and just slowly close the lever until it's till that line is gone. But sometimes I like to open it up all the way first and then close it all the way, come up and then fade up. So it really just depends on the texture of the hair and how it's working. And usually on the back of the neck, you got to do a little tweaking and shifting the clipper and doing it at an angle, just because, you know, everybody's head shape is different. So that's pretty much from bald all the way to a 1, the fade, right? So now, next what we want to do is probably take out some of that bulk with a 1.5. Yep. Open the 1.5 all the way and pretty much just come up with it. Really, you want to take out that area. Just come up with it and come all the way down. We're gonna fade it all the way down. Bump. Scooping motion, scoop motion. You feel me? Just scooping it. You feel me? Like you know, getting it out of there. Wow. Yes, sir. Yes, Lord. Real healthy blends, man. Real healthy blends. And I like to do this because it kind of just helps me clean up that extra hair. The extra hair usually under it. And the reason I didn't really go too deep into that bulkier hair really is because this is kind of like a cut from another barber. So I'm just preparing it for the next cuts, and then I'll eventually be able to take that bulk out. But sometimes you have to do that. Like I'm more about preservation than I am about anything, and I feel like that's what my clients like. You know, I like to preserve their hair. I like to get their hair to a certain way. And when I'm, you know, fixing or doing something from another barber, I like to set guidelines, and I let my clients know. So next we're gonna come with the open one to clean up under the guideline I was set by the 1.5. And again, flicking and closing the lever, flicking and closing the lever, using the corner of the blades, really making it do what it do, man. You gotta make it do what it do. Look at that. That wrist action is just like, you see, it's just different, man. It's different. And you see it's starting to get that blend now. Got a few lines to take out, but you really see the clearness. I'm gonna go back to the over 1.5 just to clear out all that extra, that last line. I gotta knock it out, gotta get it out of there. You know, his hair, it's curls, but it's loose. It's like thinner curls. It's not as nappy. So you have to be really careful. And I like to play with it a lot because, like, you just gotta be careful. I'm gonna comb the hair down just so you can make sure the blend is right. Like I said, I like to be careful in the back of the head, especially when we're covering what the last barber did. You know, every cut is gonna be different. So I'm gonna go with the 2, and I'm gonna just try to clean up as much of this as I can, scooping it, trying to get the blend together, just so, you know, it looks good. The goal at the end of the day is for it to look good. I have a system, and it's good to have a system in place. But at the end of the day, you just want that cut to look clean. Right? You want the cut to look clean. So now I'm again restoring the client from another client. The goal is for the grow back to be as minimal as possible. So that's essentially why I edged it as far as I could. So I want the grow back to be as minimal as possible, so the cut lasts as long as possible. Again, it's not always about being the sharpest and the crispiest. It's about doing what's best for the client. You get what I'm saying? The longer your cuts last to the client, the more solid of a barber you are, man. You just standing out, because most clients only care about, Most barbers don't care about their client being super duper uber crispy, bro. And I feel like that's where the barber industry is going. Is, you know, it's taken away from the fundamentals. At the end of the day, a man wants to get his cut and he wants to cut the last. And that's why I'm able to charge what I charge, because my cuts last. Again, gonna knock out some bulk. Just always trying to knock bulk out without taking too much off. Because a lot of the times, it's just bulk thing. It's not really like you got to take hair out or got to go up. It's mostly a bulk thing. And so, you know, so if we fix that, next we want to come to, we want to prepare. Again, we're gonna comb all our hair down, get a nice, like my boy Beam says, get a nice consistency, going on. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna pull it down. You feel me? Got my boy. Yeah, we're gonna pull it down. And what we want to do is we want to prepare our canvas. We want to start our outlines. We want to take our soft clipper. We want to start our outline. Take our edges. We want to start our outlines. Get ourselves together. Do it on both sides so we have an even. So we have even sides. And we want to get right to it. So this client kind of likes his curves, his C cup. So I'm gonna start my outlines pretty low. Start it pretty low. Give it like a, you know, kind of go off of his head shape. You always want to go off the client's head shape. Don't get too stuck in your outlines and your system that you don't pay attention to the client's head shape. That is extremely important. You want to do the same thing on both sides, man. Keep it even, man. Keep it even. Yes, sir. Okay, so now we're going to clear up all that hair up under the guideline we just set. And we want to make that area as bald as possible because that's going to give us that burst look that we want, you know. Take your bald as you want to clean it up because it's going to give you what you need. See, you know what I'm saying? Next thing you know, we're going to open up I like to use the Babyliss trimmer for my outlines and doing different things. I don't really like to use it as a fader. But I like to use it to set my outlines. You know, set your outlines, open the clipper all the way up. Again, you're gonna stick to the shape of the person's head and give yourself probably like a half inch. Just scooping up. You're scoop, preparing your canvas. Like Beam says, you gotta get your consistency right? Now we're gonna brush the hair down, get the levels right, and then we're gonna take our Wahl Masters. We're gonna take our Wahl Seniors, and we're gonna close the gap. We're gonna knock out the lines, bro. We're gonna start from the 0 and we're gonna come up slowly. I like to take my 0 a little bit higher than the rest, just to give it that more blended fade. When I don't know what it is about when it goes from bald and it's like a little small burst and it goes into the fade, it just give it a way crispier look. So when I use my corners mainly when I'm fading, I'm using the corners of my blade and just going up and down with the levers to really just clean up and, you know, continuously go over and over again, brushing down, do what you have to do to make sure you can get the lines as blurry as possible. Again, corners are your best friend, and with your corners, you can usually go up a little bit higher than what you think. You got to play with it, man. It's all a part of learning how to cut, man. You got to play with it. You got to learn what works for you. And we're gonna take our one closed, and we're gonna start our next level. Again, we're barely going up, just nicely flicking it, flicking it. I feel like the 0.5 to the 1 open is like the most important guards, like to your fade, because at the end of the day, it like brings your fade together. So, setting our guidelines, flicking up, barely flicking up. End of the day, I'm a conservative person. I'd rather go conservative, fade up conservative, and then just fade down nasty. It's a little bit harder to do for newer barbers, but the more you practice, again, practice is perfect. Again, brush, because at the end of the day, when you leave your shop, they're gonna mess with their hair, and it's not gonna be perfect. And you wanna fade off you wanna fade it to the point where it's indestructible. You want your cuts to be indestructible. You want them to be able to touch the hair, brush the hair, and it still be clean and blurry. You know, not perfectly how you have it when you're in the shop. You want indestructible cuts. We're gonna brush it down, and next thing you know, we're gonna do Now we're gonna use our Babyliss 0.5, which is a little bit bigger than the Wahl 0.5, so I like to use it as that in between the 0.5 and the 1. We're gonna just clean up any loose hairs with the corners. We're gonna just flick. Now go back, do some more cleanup work with our corners, because there's things I see that'll probably bothering me. You know, again, you want to be a perfectionist on people's heads. You want to make sure you don't leave anything untouched, because at the end of the day, that detail to your work, that detail to your craft is what makes you different. So it makes you stand out. So it really makes you stand out. You feel me? And next, we're gonna go with our one half open. Again, same thing that we did in the back. We can go all the way up. Try to merge the top and the bottom. You know, to get the blend as clean as possible. And I do this because I'm able to. I like to do that because I'm able to be more loose with my flick. You know, and still get the job done. You know, really be able to get the job done, because I'm going with a higher guard and just continuously going over and over. And I'm coming down, fade it down, come all the way down. Now I'm gonna set my 1/2 guideline. You feel me? So then I can knock it out with my open one. It's a very simple process, man. It's like you create your guidelines, and then you come and you knock it down and knock out these lines. Barbering is not really that hard. It's just about consistency and about being adaptable with your process. Taking your process as your foundation and being able to adapt to every new hairstyle. Literally the same process on every head. Set guidelines, knock out the line. Literally. I'm going across the front, taking out some hair in the front just so I can lay it down and get a proper edge, so it's not like being pushed back. I come against it with the two. This is something I like to do. And it's not taking off as much hair as it might look. It's just taking off the little hairs in the front, making it easier for me to edge it and give a crispier edge without taking too much off. I don't like to push people back. I'm not a pushback warrior, you know. I'm him, man. I'm a surgeon. Raising Malik, the motherfucking surgeon. You feel me? That's what I do. So again, I'm coming down with a high guard, really just to knock out anything in the way. Again, you guys, I'm new at this teaching thing, so I'm just trying to give you guys a glimpse into my mind when I have a canvas in front of me. And if it helps, it helps. If it don't, I'm sorry. I try to get better. Again, coming down, guard by guard, cleaning up. And it might not look like much, but it's gonna come together when you put that line on, you know? Cleaning it up, scoop. Ugh. You know, I'm really like, it's your boy, y'all brazy with it, you know? Yeah, brush down, keep it consistent, because that's the only way you're gonna really know what's going on. Because especially with hair like this, it sits up, it's curly, it's high. It's usually longer than what it looks like, you know? So you want to continue to play with it. You want to continue to do everything you can to make sure it's blended properly. Again, you take your time, you do the same thing. The more and more you cut, the easier and easier the cut gets, because you're prepping the hair for future cuts. I like to prep my hair for future cuts. And I tell my clients this, you know, that they can trust me, so they know that I know what I'm doing, you know, and it even incentivizes them to come back, because the beauty and the process of what the cut's gonna be like once it's fully my canvas, once it's like nobody else but me is touching his head, you know. So, and this is the reason why clients like this give me 100. Like, he gives me about $75 to $100 every cut, because I take my time and I make sure I do what it needs to be done on his head. And again, I'm just cleaning it up, right? I'm taking that. I already set my 1/2 guideline now, so you know what comes after that. It's the Wahl 1. And now I gotta come up under it with the open and just clean up. Now we're just doing cleanup work on the fade, really. Just cleanup work on the fade, bringing it all together, fading down with the 1. And we're gonna knock out these guidelines. And once we knock out these guidelines, any other work after this is line up work and really just cleanup work. It's all about the details that you put in. You feel me? The details are what matters in a cut. Nothing else but the details and the precision. So I'm looking at it, and you know, it gets to the point where maybe I need to put a line on it just so I can see more. Because once you put the line on it, it's like as if it's like as if you're coloring, right? And you put the outline first before you color it in so it looks better. Same thing with the fade. You want it to look clean. You want it to look full. You want the lines to contrast with the skin. So I'm gonna start putting on my lines, my edge lines. Working the corner around the ears. Really being really light with it, you know? Drop the ear down. Tap, 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 tap. Drop the ear down. Tap, tap, tap. Tippity tap, tap. Tippy, tippy, tippity tap. You gotta tap the edges and you gotta do it like that. Pow. Yeah, again, another thing I like to do, I like to be really careful around this area because you can really cut somebody, and you see how light skinned he is. Clippers touch him, he turn red. Again, skin is everything, man. You see the gold mask I have on his face to remove his, what is that for? Oh yeah. The gold face mask on him to remove his dead skin. I have the gold face mask on him to remove his dead skin. I have the gold mask on him to remove the blackheads on his face, and it just gives you a fresh feeling, you know. Because I want when you sit in my chair to feel fresh. I want it to feel like almost in a spa experience. You dig me? So I put this eyeliner, a white eyeliner, on the side of his head. It's for me. It's like giving a pre-edge because it's like I can edge him without putting the line on it, so I can perfect it and get my lines as clean and crispy as possible. Again, it's about the detail work, you know. Take my time, hit them with the corners, and really just try to, you see how the fade is coming along with the lines? You get what I'm saying? Sometimes I even draw the line there just to see if my fade is complete, just to see if my fade is done, you know what I'm saying? Just to give me that edge, you know. So we're brushing the hair down, pressing the hair down. You always keep continuously brushing because you wanna, the hair is gonna move. It's not gonna sit perfect when he's going about his day. So you want everything to be in place regardless. Yeah, so we're gonna take our T liners. We're gonna do detail work on the edge. Detail work on the edge, man. Detail work on the edge. Just go to work, man. I'm just gonna let y'all watch. Yeah, you gotta get that. I'm sorry, bro. I've used these lines. I use this pen to death just because I just want you to be as crispy as possible leaving my shop. I want to be precise. Precision is everything to me. You know what I'm saying? And as we fade the beard, we want to fade. I like to fade up and fade down. It just really depends on the hair. And I always start with my Babyliss open. And just do the same process that I did on the TEMP on the way down. And a lot of this is self-explanatory, so I'm just gonna let y'all watch and learn as far as on how I complete this cut. Now we get into the beard. What I like to usually do after drawing the line, I like to take my corner and do like a soft outline just so I can see what I want to do. And then I like to do most of my beard with my blade. I usually have my client blow out just so I can get the perfect skin grab, because everybody's skin is not as pulley and stretchy. So I'll tell my client to blow out like this. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Just clean up. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. But yeah, y'all tell me how y'all like this video, man. Tell me what I can improve on. All these different things. I'm into the tutorial space. I really didn't even want to do the tutorial space because I'm a good barber, but I just don't think I can teach. But if y'all like it, just let me know what y'all think, man, in the comments below. It's your boy Big Brazy. I'm signing out. Y'all like, comment, subscribe, support, man. Your boy's about to be doing some big things, man. I got skincare coming. So much coming. I'm gonna be posting on this YouTube channel every day, man. I'm trying to blow. And you know, not just as a barber, but just as an influencer. You know, the person that just gives value on the net. You know, that's all, man. So love y'all, man. Brazy Squad. And let's do it, man. Million Billionaires out, man. That's how we do it. Let's do it.